Lon Cambria, Aberystwyth to Shrewsbury. A challenging 112-mile journey through the spectacular scenery of mid-Wales. Part 2 of 2. Rhayader, Shrewsbury. 2 long and 2 short days cycling both directions in stages. If you have not already viewed our Lon Cambria, Part 1 video, which includes an introduction, details of problems you are likely to encounter along the entire route, our account of cycling between Aberystwyth and Rhayader, we advise that you see this first, particularly if you are planning to pedal the whole route yourself. You can access Part 1 now by clicking on this link above. Our ride from Rhayader to Newtown and back was undoubtedly the most challenging section of Lon Cambria. Setting off from the Elan village campsite, NCR 8 follows the Wye Valley along pretty quiet lanes to Llanguireg. Although tarmac throughout, some sections were in poor condition and debris-strewn. With the exception of the approach to Llanguireg, it was hard going with many short and often steep gradients. Beyond it was a long steep climb, followed by a longer descent to Llan Idloes. The 7 miles between Llan Idloes and Caer Sws was an energy-sapping succession of long ups and downs. The ride from Caer Sws was deceptively easy-going, but not for long. After negotiating a few meters of the busy A489, the route branched to climb ever steeper, from 400 feet above sea level to over 1,100 feet. Halfway up, it became evident that the battery reserve for our modest 250-watt pedal assist would never get us back to base from Newtown if we returned by the same route. From the top, it was an easy descent towards Newtown. The route into town proved to be relatively busy, convoluted, and uninspiring, an impression not improved by being told to F off by a passing builder's van, for no particular reason. Once on narrow shared paths, we stopped at an excellent cafe, and mapped out a less hilly route back, in order to preserve as much battery power as possible. Once out of town, the B4568 to Caer Sws was pleasant, quiet, and easy-going. The B4569 through Tref Egg Lewis, although hillier, was still relatively easy-going, except for a long climb up to Llan Idloes. Once at Llanguireg via NCR 8, we had a dilemma. Either return via the lumpy NCR 8 lanes and risk losing pedal assist to our 70 kilos of dead weight tandem, or take the busy but easy rolling A470 back to Rhayader. We unwisely chose the lumpy option, and ran out of juice 7 miles too short. From there it was a slow, low-geared slog back to Elan village. "67 miles, 108 kilometers. 6,540 feet, 1993 meters, of climbing. Had we returned back the same route as we had cycled that morning, the distance traveled would have been the same, but the height gain total would have been significantly higher at 7,206 feet, 2,196 meters, of climbing. After moving our campervan to the 7 Caravan Park, 3 miles outside of Welshpool, our plan was to cycle NCR 81 to Newtown and back via the Montgomery Canal towpath. Once at Welshpool, we eventually found the NCR route over a tight footbridge impassable. Backtracking, we located alternative canal access, but immediately realized that the narrow towpath to be impractical with a trike. On the hottest day of the tour, with no other direct route than the busy A483, we abandoned the ride and opted for a picnic by the canal side. Distance 10.4 miles, 17 kilometers. 534 feet, 163 meters of climbing. The final full day's ride, from our campsite to Shrewsbury and back, was a day of two contrasts. Just outside Welshpool, NCR 81 climbs up the aptly named Hope Road. It is a long, steep, punishing climb, from 80 meters above sea level to 352 meters with virtually no respite. Once at the top, the route eventually descends back down to 59 meters above sea level. The borders region into Shrewsbury is a thoroughly pleasant, easy rolling ride along quiet lanes. Roadside cycle routes and quiet residential streets eventually lead to the popular riverside paths and the official finale of the Lon Cambria. We returned by the same route, with another long, strenuous climb back. (56.7 miles, 91.2 kilometers. 4,055 feet, 1,236 meters of climbing. returned by the same route, with another long strenuous climb back. Due to return home, we still had the missing previously aborted link between Welshpool and Newtown to complete. With an early morning start, we took a pleasant, largely easygoing route, avoiding most of the A483 via the A490 and the B4386, returning back the same way. (27.5 miles, 44.3 kilometers, 1,721 feet, 524 meters of climbing.